there guys, welcome back to Tales of Funny, Dawn of a New World. Your host Dameol, SC. Last time we were here, and Richter is on his way, so let's see if we can go find him. Hello, sir. World emerged right in the middle of my world trip to Silverant. Well, your world trip got longer, didn't it? Yes, it did. Really? Okay, I kind of figured that would be an actual location. Alright, well, Palmacosta then. I thought that would be like, you know, I mean, in the first game, that you actually had to go through that. It wasn't a single screen. And obviously, the ambush was a complete and utter failure then.
6 months.
Because they're supposed to ambush me on the way here, and they didn't. So, good job, you suck as a, like, general. Alice, I think her name was?
Let's not get sentimental. We need to find out if Lloyd's come through here first, right?
Wow. Welcome back to your hometown that you last saw burning. But you know what? Don't think about that.
Yeah, you're right.
We both know the town, so let's split up. We can meet at the pub.
If we're hunting Lloyd, is it really a good idea? I mean, actually, I guess if we're together, it really won't matter.
But watch out for Alice.
Oh, right. Tenebrae, can you keep an eye on Emil?
That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. See you later.
Well then, shall we get started?
I suppose we shall.
Are you sure? Marta is the one with Ratatosk's core. And I'm supposed to be protecting her, not the other way around.
I'm able to easily sense where Lady Marta is at any time because she has the core. Frankly, I'm more concerned about you.
Why in the world are you concerned about me? I mean, okay, in this current form I understand.
I'm so pathetic. I need to try harder.
But whenever, like, battle actually breaks out, Emil's fine. I do have a bad feeling that something is going to happen, because it wouldn't split me up for nothing.
Do I really scare that easily?
I'd say so.
There's that spiteful side again.
That was a very short skit. Hey, Mitt, have you seen my cat? I don't know, what your cat look like? Ever since the blood purge, my girlfriend's eyes have been filled with pain and sadness. It's hard to see her like this. The Vanguard was holding a meeting in our town. Lloyd and the Martell Knights showed up there and just started swinging their swords. Interesting. Okay, so it was an attack on the Vanguard that went out of control, not like what happened in Lewin, where it was like, hey, give her up or we'll burn the town. But it was a direct attack on the Vanguard.
Emil, is that you?
No.
Richter, what are you doing here?
I should ask you the same question. What brings you to Palmacosta?
We're hunting Lloyd, who you should not like.
I'm on a journey. I'm looking for Lloyd in the Centurion's course. Anyway, are you okay? You were injured pretty badly.
Emil, don't you remember that he was trying to, like, attack and beat up Marta because of the Centurion scores?
There's still some pain, but I only have myself to blame. The fact that I lost to such a fool pains me more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wonder if he knows Lloyd or knew Lloyd, because that full statement seems a little bit out of place. Because for the average person that didn't actually know Lloyd all that well, you know, he's one of the heroes of our generation, and they kind of revere him with awe. But if you actually know him, he is kind of a dunce.
It was a joke.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't I tell you to stop apologizing without reasons?
With Richter back I almost felt like putting in a little I'm sorry counter again, because that's what happened the last time that these two were together.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, Richter, there you are.
Oh, god damn it.
Richter, are you looking for Mart too? Hey, you're Mart's pet.
That's actually Tenebrae.
Alice, he's an acquaintance of mine.
You're on his side?
I figured Alice would be the type of person that only sees things in sides.
You know, if you just let me play with him a little, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to tell us where Mart is.
I said he's my acquaintance. If you don't understand what that means...
so scary. Fine, but all bets are off if I catch the little pet with Mart.
It's actually really surprising and confusing that Richter is that protective of Emil when they only barely knew each other. He, like, used him for information once.
And since you're here, that means Mart is here too. I'm so lucky.
Okay, you already knew that we were coming this way, and also, that voice line does not go with that face. I think Richter just straight up doesn't like
Richter.
Alice.
You're a member of the Vanguard too?
I am.
What are you planning to do with Ratatosk's core?
Revive the Silverant dynasty. Well, that's what they say.
The Silverant dynasty? But I learned in school that it fell 800 years ago.
I am so glad that Emil actually paid attention in school. That was the one thing I hated the most. I mean, I know why they do it, and Lloyd never knew anything because they had to have a reason to explain it to him, but, it got frustrating. I don't want to, play as an idiot.
You need to forget about Ratatosk's core, the Centurion's cores, about all of this.
Why?
I wonder if I remind him of his younger brother or something. He seems super, super, super on my side for no real reason.
The Vanguard isn't just looking for Ratatosk's core. They're looking for the Centurion's cores as well. I don't want to involve you in all of this. At least you no longer agree with everything I say. But I won't give up either. I will take Ratatosk's core from Marta, even if it means her death.
When I very first met Emil, I talked about how awesome his theme was, and I still do think his theme is kind of awesome, but now that it's being played for longer, I'm like, oh, it's repetitive as hell, though.
I need to tell Marta about the sadist.
And Richter?
Emil, her name is Alice.
Does it matter? Anyway, where's Marta?
It seems she's in the pub.
Got it.
But, because we played these games before, we know we don't actually have to do anything for a while. I hate this, because there's two directions I can go, and they're both other tabs, so I want to explore this room first.
I can't believe Richter is a member of the Vanguard. Did you know Tenebrae?
Yes.
I just don't know what to think. If he's with the Vanguard, then he and Marta started out on the same side. But despite that, he's trying to kill her in order to take Ratatosk's core.
As Lady Marta mentioned, the Vanguard has changed. They are only concerned with gathering Ratatosk and Centurion's cores for their objective. They are our enemies. It is as simple as that.
It's never as simple as
Richter
that.
keeps helping me out. I mean, he can be sort of gruff, even scary sometimes. But besides Ratatosk's core, everything he said to me so far makes sense.
Emil, this is the man who is trying to kill Lady Marta.
I also have to say, it's very weird for Richter to be, after Ratatosk's core to that degree. Or not, I mean, Blackie? For Richter to, be after the Centurion's cores because he actually thinks they'll, they're a threat to the humanity when he is allied with Aqua.
I wonder where Marta is.
Wait
Hub.
a moment. I will try to sense the presence of the core lodged on her forehead.
How's it coming?
Ten.
What?
It would appear she is in the pub.
Oh,
What?
yeah?
Yes.
What is tin aiming? That's obviously a reference to something. Kid, I may have found your cat. I have. Apparently I can't tell you, though. I'm not allowed to tell you about your cat. I want to do Zone of those who died in the Blood Purge. That's gotta be tearing the world apart, with Lloyd being seen as a villain by some and absolutely unable to be seen as a villain by others. Oh, I remember this place. I had to fight Marble in the basement of this place. And now you're guarding the stairway. Okay, no one important here. And I guess I'll start by going this way because I think Marta went the other way. I'll explore more of the city if I go this way. That is the plan. That's the plan. Hey, you're a vanguard. I have no fear. And no caution. More Vanguardians. I'm looking for a girl named Marta. She's a long girl with a red jewel in her forehead. Have you seen one match that description? Haha! Well done, you found me. I'm the mysterious gourmet, the Wonder Chef. I will give you this as proof. Use it well. I can make a sandwich. That was weird because I was actually trying to look at the armor here to see if that was anything, and then it was the Wonder Chef. A lot of other times I've been like, that looks suspicious. This time, completely not. Had no idea that was the Wonder Chef. No, you don't, kid. If you don't change your attitude, you won't grow up at all. So there's no one in there. There's nobody home. All right, so this was correct. This was the right way to go because this allowed me to. This is a dead end. But I got to find the Wonder Chef, and I got to talk to a whole bunch of Vanguard soldiers that have been given terrible descriptions of who they're looking for. I guess that they just don't consider me important, and so they only have a description of Marta. Which may also be why Marta left the party, because they knew I might be stupid and go talk to the Vanguard. Oh, I already have mushrooms. I like to have a little bit of everything on hand. Rolls. I like rolls. I haven't really been synthesizing, like, at all. Oh, this is the pub. Didn't necessarily mean to come in here. Awesome, I can leave. I'm not finished exploring yet. Hey, Fisher dude. Dameol? I remember now. Reisel's a good man. It's too bad about him. That must be my dad. I don't think I've actually heard my dad's name yet. Other than my parents were killed here, but it may have been in like the scene that whenever they actually got killed, it may have given their names, but I don't think I've heard it said. Keep thinking about all the choice. It makes it even harder. It's hard. Welcome to High Tide. I don't want to buy too much for Marta when she's not in the party, because I will mess it up. Alright. Saving on up. Now we're saving on up, saving on up. I am surprised. Richter must not take his duty to the Vanguard very seriously, because he knows that I know Marta. And not only is he not even asking me about that, he's just letting, he's like protecting me from being interrogated by others. I almost wonder if Richter's playing like a, Yuan-like character in this game. Obviously there is a real Yuan-like character, but where, if you remember, Yuan was he was part of the, he was one of the Cardinals, but he was also with the Resistance. Why am I still talking about the Blood Purge? Didn't that happen, like, 6 months ago? I guess 6 months isn't that long, but you'd still think it wouldn't be the first thing on everyone's mind. Welcome to Marbles. Aww. Now I'm sad. Oh, there it is. I was like, where's the life bottle? Talking about marbles. Aww. And that's one of those really subtle things that, you know, people that played this game first would have absolutely no response to that, but I definitely do. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't have, which is surprising. I just bought a whole bunch. Potion, some of these pieces savored in 3 times. I remember Palma Potion too. Although I forgot about it until just now.
Emil, did you find anything? I had no luck at all. Seems like Lloyd hasn't come through here.
I know, what a jerk.
Forget about that. I just ran into the sadist. I mean Alice and Richter. And I found out Richter is a member of the Vanguard as well.
I'm sorry. You seem to trust Richter so much. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you.
I still think he's
Thanks
a
for
double
considering
agent.
my feelings.
Wow, that sounds so like mopey and emo.
Not at all. I should have told you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Right now we need to head to Azalea before Alice finds us.
Okay, let's go to the harbor.
You kids are heading to the harbor?
We are.
Yes.
I don't reckon you'll be going anywhere by boat. The seas have been angry for weeks.
Oh, wow, I love that accent they gave him.
What? There isn't any service?
Looks like we have to beat up Nixie.
Well, let me think. If you really have to go, you might try asking Mrs. Dorr in the Governor General's office.
Mrs. Dorr.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Let's go to the Governor General's office.
That name just brought something up in Marta's memories that was dormant.
Right.
Alright, let's head over there. I have a feeling that they've built this up too much. I'm either going to have to fight Richter or Alice. I don't know which one. I saw that. Does that be on the screen to come up? Come on.
Marta, what is it?
I'm not really looking forward to meeting the widow of the Governor General.
Why not?
It's just that I've caused so much trouble for her.
You have?
Yes. If the Vanguard hadn't started meeting here, the Blood Purge might never have happened.
And you were in the Vanguard at that time.
Might be the ones who lit the spark. But it was Lloyd and the Church of Martel who fanned the flames into a raging inferno.
I wouldn't even say fanned.
Don't beat yourself up over it.
Emil, my father was...
What happened to your father? Wait, did
Well,
Lloyd
let
do
her
something
talk,
to him?
dude.
I'm sorry. Forget I said anything.
See, this is why you let her talk.
Let's get going to the Governor's office.
Right.
Still bothers me about that, you know, thing with the cat, where you can find the cat, you can't do anything with it.
Oh, you're Marta Lualdi, aren't you?
I know your last name now.
It's been a long time, Mrs. Governor General.
Yes, since the Blood Purge.
I'm sorry for all the trouble with my father back then.
You have nothing to apologize for. But tell me, what's brought you here today?
I'd like to take a ship out of the harbor. Emil and I are trying to get to Azult.
I thought we wanted to get into Azalea. I mean, I think Azul may be the closest port, but I know Azalea wasn't on the coast. Never mind.
Emil.
Oh, right. Emil was born here as well. Do you know him?
Emil. Emil Castagne, is it? Raisel's son.
I hadn't realized I didn't know any of their last names until now.
Yes, that's right.
Is something the matter?
Oh my. They say eyesight is the first thing to go. I hardly recognized you. I'm sorry, Emil.
Well, there's an inner strength that wasn't there before. It's okay.
Not at all. Maybe I'm just easy to forget.
Emil.
Regarding the ship, there's nothing I can do with the ocean in its current condition, but...
Is there some other way?
Do you know a griffin?
Yes. Emil, perhaps you remember Thomas, the fisherman who lived next to you.
Well, that's a little bit of a backhanded comment. Hey, Emil, maybe you remember the guy who lived right next to you.
Thomas, the fisherman.
He told me he'd figured out the source of the storms. He set out for the dynasty ruins up in the Comisra Mountains, but no one's heard from him since. Perhaps if you found Thomas...
Tomas is going to be the herald of victory.
So basically we should go to the Comisra Mountains to look for Thomas?
I love that. Hey, in case you guys aren't really paying attention, this is what you're supposed to do.
Oh no, the Comisra Mountains are far too dangerous. We're sending out a search party to look for him. You can wait here until they return.
We're not waiting here.
What should we do? If we stay here, it's just a matter of time before Alice finds us.
I'm amazed that, like, groups like the Vanguard and Martell's Knights are just allowed into cities. At this point, I think they would both be considered terrorists.
Wait, you wanna go?
Like, after what happened in Palmacosta 6 months ago, I figured Alice would show up and then you'd just get run out of town.
Don't you?
I'll go. I just don't like scary places.
Oh, you must be terrible to take to, like, horror shows.
Sorry, Emil. So we'll go and look for Thomas.
I can see you've made up your mind. I won't try and talk you out of it, but please, do be careful.
Ms. Dor kind of hopes that... I don't know what happened, so I shouldn't, like, attribute things to her. All I really know is that Marta feels guilty about whatever it was, but...
So you're protecting her?
Something like
Thanks,
that.
Emil. Thank you so much.
I made a pact to borrow Ratatosk's power, so I would be able to protect.
I was kind of hoping his other personality would be here, and Richter would be like, holy shit.
So I'm not gonna let anyone hurt Marta ever again. Not even you.
You actually made a pact with Ratatosk? You fool!
Yes, why not?
Well,
Sorry about that. It looks like my hand just slipped there a bit.
I can see what people were saying about his voice actor changing. I don't hate his voice actor, but it's definitely different. And of course he's going to come to Marta's defense.
My darling kitten, you're not hurt, are you?
I love her eyes, too.
Wait a minute, aren't you?
Well, hello. I don't know who you are, and normally I could care less about some guy knowing who I am.
Well, of course, everyone knows you. You're the freaking chosen of Tethiala.
One thing's for certain. You need to learn the proper way to treat a true lady. Or perhaps you want to go up against me and that kid. Doubt you'll get far with that battered body.
No thanks. I think I'll pass. You two are not my concern. Emil, Alice is plotting something. Be careful.
It's gonna be really annoying for Richter. Richter almost gets Marta, and then Lloyd shows up. And then Richter almost gets Marta, and one of Lloyd's friends shows up.
Helping me just now. What was your name?
She's all like, I don't know how to retreat fast
I'm the great
enough.
Zelos Wilder, but you can call me Zelos. I'd love to take you out tonight, but I have an appointment at the Governor General's office. Until next time, ciao, princess.
For some reason, I always want to pronounce that as Xiao, even though I know it's Chow. Marta, you're already in love.
So that was Zelos Wilder?
Zelos Wilder? How do you know him?
A man with red hair. He might be the chosen of Tethaala and one of Lloyd's companions.
What?
That's what I thought at first. But there's no way the chosen would act like that.
Yeah, you don't know him.
Yeah. That guy couldn't be more different from Colette if he tried.
I know. Let's head to the dynasty ruins in the Commisra Mountains, okay?
Yeah, that was certainly unexpected. Poor Richter, he just go to the end, you'll heal completely.
So, just where are the Commisra Mountains?
What? You mean you didn't learn that in school?
Huh?
Anyone from Palmacosta should know where they are.
Perhaps he wasn't paying attention in geography class. Emil is a bit of a dreamer, after all.
I see. That's okay, Emil. You could be as bright as a star or dumb as a post. It still wouldn't matter to me.
But that's sort of like saying it's okay that I'm an idiot.
Oh, I suppose it is.
Saying it's okay if you
The
were an
Commisra
idiot.
Mountains. They're just south of town. Now let's get going.
Okay.
So, Colette is not the only one who bears the title of chosen.
I'm glad they're explaining this to
Well,
people that didn't play the first
Silverant
game.
and Tethaala each have their own chosen, but only Colette is called the Chosen of Regeneration.
I wonder what sort of person the chosen from Tethaala is.
From what I've heard, he's good-looking and has red hair. The guy we just met could have fit that description if he hadn't opened his mouth.
So you think he's good looking?
I don't know. As far as redheads go, I'd say Richter is about 100 times cooler.
Emil, Richter is our enemy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know, but,
And anyway, you're 1,000 times cooler than Richter.
thanks.
Love is truly as blind as they say.
It does bother me a little bit that, Tenebrae is so adamant about the fact that you can't get along with Richter. I get that Richter's trying to kill, Marta, but it feels very... It almost feels like the Tenebrae is concerned that I might learn stuff if I talk to Richter too much.
Here, Emil, try my homemade cooking.
What? You want me to eat this?
You're so mean. I poured my heart into this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It might not look like much, but it tastes great. Try it.
Okay, here goes.
Well, Daddy always said he loved my cooking. Emil?
He appears to have fainted.
Every bloody game has a scene like that where, oh, girl can't actually cook. So these are mountains? These don't look like anything like mountains. Just saying.
So these are the dynasty ruins?
They certainly appear to be.
Yes. They say that this was one of the palaces of the Silverant dynasty 800 years ago.
Marta, I've been thinking about something Richter said to me. He said the Vanguard wanted to use Ratatosk's core to revive the Silverant dynasty.
Was that-
Before all of this happened, I used to agree a little with what the Vanguard stood for. That they were fighting to save the Silveranti from the Tethaalans, and that Lloyd was their sworn enemy. But what does reviving an 800-year-old dynasty have to do with saving the people of Silverant?
See, this is exactly why I feel like Tenebrae didn't want me talking to Richter, because I'm asking questions about things most people don't know about.
The Vanguard's commander, Brute, thinks that the people need strong leadership in order to live in peace.
His name is Brute.
He wants to be crowned the king of Silverant. It's so stupid.
So you left the Vanguard because you didn't want to be a part of their ridiculous plan.
Yeah, that's right.
That's obviously a lie.
Good. I was worried that maybe you felt the same way as the rest of them.
Of course not.
Right, but what are they planning on doing with Ratatosk's core?
I remember them saying something about a mana cannon.
What's that?
Oh god, they're bringing that back?
It seems to be some type of ancient weapon, but
Not
that's
that
all
ancient.
I really know.
We used it 2 years ago.
Anyway, shouldn't we be looking for Thomas?
Tomas.
Oh, that's right. Sorry for getting us off track.
It's actually been interesting, don't apologize.
So, the Vanguard is trying to revive the Silverant dynasty, right?
Yes. They say that the Tetha-Allans treat Silveranti poorly because we lack a unified government.
Considering the two sides' common human heritage, why is it that Silverant is without a more central leadership?
Before the regeneration, Silverant was ravaged by the evil Desians. All the main centers of power were destroyed. After that, everyone lived in smaller towns and villages.
I hadn't really considered that.
Did Allah suffer a similar fate?
The king apparently succeeded in keeping the country united.
And the Church of Martell has favored Tetha-Alla ever since the two worlds became one. Silverant has always ended up with the short end of the stick, both before the regeneration and after.
Are the people of the church really that bad?
They are if you ask me. You'll see for yourself soon enough. They've got a pretty twisted dedication to their religion.
Okay, I'm actually going to run out of here and save. Next time we will do the Dynasty Ruins, which is I'm kind of looking forward to because I've never done. This is one place that I've never done. You know, whenever we did the ruins underneath the wind place, that's sort of like a revisit to some place I've been before. This is, as far as I know, completely new to me. But I will see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in.